we laugh a lot, and has different, how I say, task to do when we take a card. And for example, it tells you to, when you take the first card, when the next time is your turn, you put your nose, you put your finger to your nose and speak. But you cannot forget it because there are rules, so you lose. And yeah, it was fun, very fun. Has different tasks. And
So you played with your parents. You were 3.
yeah, but the time somehow was short. But I believe when we 5 people, it takes more time.
And
So,
did you find something thirsty
yeah,
or something new?
yeah. Yeah, that's all. It was. Yeah.
Any comments for the game to make it better?
I believe that the rules to there are a lot of things to remember. So I think it has to be someone to see the others, to not forget and follow correct the rules. Yeah. Because there are a lot.
Yeah.
About your experience.
Thank you very much, Dimitra, for
Yes.
sharing the experience of playing the card game. The goal is to bring parents and children closer.
Yeah.
Was that goal
Exactly.
achieved, or did you have?
We didn't have how to say
Cambodia?
Barriers, obstacles.
Barriers.
barriers, yeah, but
Yeah, the Zoom is perfect. Spiros,
Yes, yes,
for now.
yes.
yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Also the zoom of the camera is nice when someone speaks.
Yes, yes. Especially Dimitra, who is very beautiful.
Yes.
Dimitra, but did you discover something new or different answering the question with your parents?
The opinions.
Yeah.
And they believe also the same about the time. For example, the only issue was the time because we were 3 people and it was somehow very short.
I showed that children who experience adversity in childhood based on Latin class analysis. I divided in 3 groups. Children who have physical or sexual violence directly, children with just have a dysfunctional family problems, like neglecting, something like this, and the children who don't have adversity in childhood. And I investigate how it's adolescent and young adulthood, they experience violence victimization. The first group, the children who experience high rates of physical or sexual adversity by their parents, they show higher rate of victimization in adolescent or young adulthood. The second group, and they also show injury. They have show their injury from the victimization they experience, physical victimization. The second group, which children who have just dysfunctional problem with their family, they show as well violence victimization experience, But the best group to have a good, for example, negotiation. For example, this group, the best group, will answer to our intervention. So it showed that these children is easily, and these adolescents easily, we can learn them in the society, which is nearly 56% of group children put this group. So it showed that how something like this group or psychotherapy can help them. If we can teach them conflict resolution or negotiation tactics, how to talk with their parents, they can help these children to learn. And the group who has less adversity in childhood just was a significant association with psychological victimization, do not experience other type of victimization in adults and young adults. So it's the things that my study showed.
Good morning. You're more than welcome in our new premises, Ermis. We have a really very nice collaboration up to now with EPIONI, and we look forward for further projects in the future. Just a few words about Ermis. It's an association established in 1988. It is a non-profit organization focusing in offering best services for disabled persons. It is mainly for mental disabilities, Down syndrome, other mental and psychological disabilities, and a few movement and multiple disabilities. It is about 120 persons in the daycare center served, and during this 36 years of presence in the market, there are more than 2,000 persons taking advantage of the service of this association, Ermis. It's one of the biggest in Greece, actually. And lately, it has a new program. It is having established supporting living facilities, and there is already one. In the future, we look forward to having further, which is very, very important for these persons. So, sum up, Ermis is really proud that having these new premises, and we look forward for having new collaborations and new programs, and we're open for new proposals. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Irini, for your collaboration. You are the treasurer of Ermis.
Yes, and
I imagine it's a difficult role.
yes, it is. Very difficult, I have to admit, because I'm rather new in this position. And I'm also in charge for the communication.
Yes, yes, yes.
Welcome everyone to another of EPIONI's events. This one is the final meeting of the Erasmus Plus project, EUF, engaging and empowering EU families through storytelling, digital guide and card game. This Erasmus Plus project is co-funded by the European Union and features 4 partners, 2 Italian, 1 Portuguese and 1 Greek. The Italian partners is the coordinating partner, Consultorio Familiare Al Quadraro, the across partner, EPIONI, Greek Carers Network EPIONI, and Desincoup, the Portuguese partner. This event is co-funded by the European Union.
And the project. Yeah.
And the project also. And we will start with a speech given by Guido Palopoli, who will talk about the presentation who will present the EUF project engaging and empowering EU families through storytelling, digital guide, and card game. Guido Palopoli is a psychologist and in charge of Consultorio Familiare Al Quadraro.
Thank you, Fokion. I'm really happy to be here with all of you. And I just want to tell you something. With this EUF project, we decided to take a journey into the depths of the concept of communication. Specifically, we focused on communication in the family between parents and children. We choose a bottom-up approach, and with a lot of curiosity, we decide to we start asking families to tell us about their way of communicating. But also,
Guido,
tell me,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry for we did a mistake. Before you continue the presentation and this
yeah,
wonderful journey, if we can give the floor to Dimitra Stephanopoulou from EUFAMI
yeah,
to give
absolutely.
a welcome greeting representing families of people with mental health problems in Europe.
Thank
Okay.
you, Spiro. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Spiro. And apologies, Guido, for interrupting you there. I just wanted to say hi. As Spiro said, my name is Dimitra Stephanopoulou, and I am the communications officer of EUFAMI, and I'm also an active member of EPIONI. I've been working for EUFAMI for the past 4 years, and it is a pleasure to be here today. For those unfamiliar with EUFAMI, we are a pan-European organization dedicated to representing family carers of individuals with different mental health conditions. Our mission is to amplify their voices, advocate for their rights, and ensure their needs are recognized. So our work spans supporting and educating families, mainly driving policy change through advocacy and research, and collaborating with partners across Europe to create meaningful impact. It is truly an honor to be here, as we all share a common goal, as I understand, which is supporting those families and family carers. So yes, we're here to listen and support them. Thank you very much for the invitation, and again, apologies to Guido for interrupting him.
Oh, it was a pleasure to know you.
Right. Thank you.
It would be great to promote this card game via the newsletter of EUFAMI, Dimitra.
Absolutely.
How many approximate readers this newsletter has?
Well, not too many. It's just over 200. Well, it's not it's not an insignificant number, but we're hoping for more. The newsletter is fairly new. There have been only 8 or 9 newsletters, I think, but we're still promoting these. But 200, I suppose it's a good start. So, yeah. But we'll be more than happy to, of course, promote the program to our next newsletter, which will be in April, first week of April. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And your General Assembly, Dimitra, your next General Assembly?
That will be in Stockholm this upcoming June, 6th and 7th of June. It's mainly for the member organizations of EUFAMI, because we act as an umbrella organization, and we collaborate with other similar member organizations in the European Union, not just the European Union, but countries outside the European Union as well, the European region, let's say. But we, of course, welcome either new members or observers if they wish to attend the General Assembly. So yes, I'll produce more information on our newsletter regarding this. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next is Daniela Radano, psychologist, psychotherapist, and expert in family issues. She will present the theme, family communication today, the need for informal support.
Good morning, everybody, colleagues and friends. I'm Daniela, and I have been working with family for the past 25 years. Nowadays, as a professional psychologist, I come across a whole gamut of choices people can choose from. But I believe that there is a great need for informal and fun support for families that are undergoing difficulties and that perhaps are not yet considering psychotherapy sessions. Your card game addresses in a fun, light-hearted way the problem areas I encounter most often. Different roles in the family, rules, the setting, the compliance of rules, power management. Growing children ask for more private space, and managing hopes, frustration, disappointment. All these areas can be easily and effectively addressed when dealing with families through the creative use of the card game. The one big plus point of the game is the limits it has incorporated into the game, which we may refer to as handicaps the player must follow. From my personal point of view, having to follow imposed limits while answering questions encourages the patient to freely move in its own mental space. So, the winner in this card game is not only the player who can truthfully tell a story while complying with the imposed limits, see touching one's nose, but I believe the winner is also the player who manages to lie, because this implies more self-assurance and less fear. In other words, more mental space. I remember a father who told me that he was so focused on following the limit of constantly touching his nose that he could not think of the best or the most appropriate answer. He simply said what he really thought. In other words, that particular rule of the game helped him free his mental space, and the distraction of touching his nose got him out of preconceived ideas of what or what not to say. In other words, he was able to move freely in his own mental space. This is it, dear colleagues. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Radano. Next is Thanasis Kanelopoulos, who is a child and adolescent psychiatrist. He will present the theme strengthening the mental resilience of children and families in the age of artificial intelligence, the role of the child and adolescent psychiatrist.
Spiros, then we have a question to Luisa.
Mr. Kanelopoulos.
Yes, in all the guide, we have questions and answers. So that is not only in the frequently asked questions, but there is always, the guide was constructed like a dialogue. So there is this questions always to each point that we thought that is important to highlight. I would like also to add that the guide is not only for parents navigate in our website. It is also a tool that can be used in sessions with parents, in parent sessions. So it can be used for in different ways. It's always is a starting point to discuss this subject. So it's not a collection of tips. It's a collection of subjects that can be used to go deep in this kind of subject. So we can use in different ways. I hope I have answered.
Kanelopoulos, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Today I would like to speak about a subject which lately it's very fond of me because I'm trying to find a way to merge my clinical practice with some modern techniques and most particular the artificial intelligence. So let me share my screen so you can see some slides, my presentations for the next 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So the title of my presentation would be How to Strengthen the Mental Resilience of Children and Families in the age of artificial intelligence. So I'll discuss how artificial intelligence is shaping the current mental health care and the challenges it brings to families and how child and adolescent psychiatrists like me can help build resilience in this world that is rapidly changing. So, what is resilience? Mental resilience refers to the ability to adapt, recover, and thrive in the face of challenges. For children and families, this skill is more important than ever as artificial intelligence becomes a major part of our daily lives, for good or for bad reasons. AI has brought incredible advancements, but it also introduces new lessons for mental health today, especially for the mental health of children and families. Today, I will try to explore how we can strengthen resilience while navigating these changes. So, of course, in my opinion, artificial intelligence brings a lot of opportunities in mental health of children and families. And I'm very excited about that. First, it enables early intervention by analyzing data to predict risks for conditions like anxiety or depression. Second, AI allows for personalized care. The treatment is more tailored, and there are plans that are based exclusively for the child's needs. Finally, in my opinion, AI improves accessibility by providing remote mental health services to families in undeserved areas. And believe it or not, this is very important even in big cities like Athens. So these tools have immense potential, in my opinion, to improve outcomes for children. But of course, however, AI also presents significant challenges for the families. Parents often struggle with parenting gaps due to differences in how children and adults use technology. Excessive screen time can lead to a decline for social skills. We can easily understand that, as children spend less time engaging face to face and spend more time looking on at a screen. Additionally, there are some ethical concerns related to privacy, data security, and bias in AI systems that could affect vulnerable populations not everyone has access to AI today. And the more advanced models are paid, so there are some ethical considerations about it. But let's come to my expertise. What is the role of the child and adolescent psychiatrist in all this new field? In my opinion, we play a crucial role. We can help families navigate these challenges by guiding them how to balance technology use with emotional intelligence and emotional development. We can also leverage AI tools ourselves, for example, using them to assist with the diagnosis or monitor progress over time of our patients. Importantly, we must advocate for ethical AI practices to ensure that these tools are safe and appropriate for the children. And now, how we can build the resilience in the era of AI? In my opinion, we need to focus on these three key strategies. First, encourage storytelling to strengthen and creative expressions, because these activities strengthen emotional intelligence and empathy. Second, promote social and emotional learning through tools like AI-powered educational games or robotics that teach collaboration and problem-solving skills. This is something that lack for the schools today, in my opinion, how to teach problem-solving skills to children. And thirdly, fostering open communication within families, and because this helps bridge generational gaps and ensures that children feel supported as they navigate technology. Now, for the ethical considerations, because we can understand the benefits of AI are clear, but we must address ethical considerations carefully. Protecting privacy is critical. Families need to know how their data is being collected and used. We also need to ensure that all these algorithms are free, are open source, are free from bias, that no group is unfairly disadvantaged by these technologies. As psychiatrists, we have responsibility to advocate for transparency and fairness in AI applications. Some recommendations now. So what can families do? For me, I'm keeping it simple also when I'm counseling the parents. Limit screen time and encourage offline activities to build social skills. Second, we must use the artificial intelligence, the AI applications, as a supplement, not a replacement for human interaction. Technology should enhance relationships, not replace them. And of course, educate the families about safe and effective ways to use all these digital tools so they feel empowered rather than overwhelmed by technology. So in conclusion, artificial intelligence presents both opportunities and challenges for children's mental health. As child and adolescent psychiatrists, we play a vital role in helping families navigate this landscape responsibly while building resilience against its potential downsides. And we must balance technology with human connection so we can create a future where children thrive emotionally, thrive socially, despite all this rapid technological change. Thank you for listening. I hope this was interesting for you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kanellopoulos, for your very interesting speech. And with this speech,
can we have a question, Mr. Kanellopoulos?
Of course, of course.
Related to the children, is it very common that parents ask that my kid is all the time in the internet, or he's using AI? Is it something very common in your practice?
Yeah, it's very common, and the things that worries me is this comes more and more for parents of younger children, like really young children, children that are before the elementary school, because this has a downside. After COVID, I think parents are struggling with the limit of screens in the families. And let's face it, screen time, internet, and the games are the best babysitter for the parents. We'll have a lot of stress. We'll have to struggle with their own problems. So it's sometimes parents do it without realizing how bad it is for their children. So they come when they arrive to me, the situation is really difficult. I mean, it's kind of an addiction for most of them. And the things that worries me is that this is for younger children, not for teenagers, which, okay, sometimes it's normal, social media use, they connect, but for younger children it's really distressing. I think so.
Paola, you want to say something?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to highlight a question to Daniela and to Thanasis. Because when we are working on the project, we prepared 3 different outputs. One more emotional, the photo gallery, and here a lot of people answer to us, sending us a lot, really a lot of photos. So technology is quite important here because they send us a lot of photos. And in the website of the project, you also find a short video, an extract from the bigger one, a short video only on technologies, because when families take photos with their child, you should take them with a phone, but also during they are using technologies. So it's very interesting this for us. And the second output was more theoretical, but based on practice. So it's very easy to use, and you can have some information, for example, different styles of communication. And the third is a game, something that put together people, together families, and work. So the question for Thanasis and Daniela is, will you suggest to your families to use these outputs? Do you think that these 3 different outputs will be used by families? Could be helpful, could be useful for them?
For me, the way I see it, it will be very useful, and also it will be easy for the families to adapt it. And frankly, it's I prefer using a therapeutic video tool that random tools. And I have read a lot of research lately, the last 10 years, that suggest that are very good for the children and families, and they bring results. This mix of technology and also, traditional therapy.
From my point of view, the first 2 tools are useful, like guide. Okay, just a moment. Here is my video. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, but the best for me is the card game. I already used it with a lot of families because I see in this office a lot of families, and I I can see the environment, the commitment of the family. Also, if they are not in therapy, I mean, also for just for a game. And I think that it's useful also for groups, couples, not only in family where there are childs. They are useful just to share communication and different ways of talk each other. Using that point, the limits, and the possibility to stay in a different way in the space, in our space. You can be free. Well, so all the tools are useful, but for me the best is the card game.
I would like to give the floor to Katerina Poulou. We can see her in this picture with her daughter. To tell us, Katerina, if you can say a few words about this experience of taking the pictures.
Yes, of course. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello from Athens. Thank you, Spiros and EPIONI, for this opportunity. Okay, I can see the one of the two pictures. Our participation in this beautiful project left us with a wonderful memory. On the day of the photography, I remember that we gathered at home early to discuss about the topic that would be interesting for us, but also for the exhibition. I remember that we took off some hats, accessories, and posed in front of the mirror. And during this period, and you can see the picture that we wearing a hat with my daughter. I remember that that period, Olia, my daughter, was preparing for the exams and sat down to read with her father. It was a good moment, that moment, so I took a photography also. That if Spiros, you find the second photography, it's during father and Olia read for the exams. I remember that we had a lot of fun posing and teasing between us. And yeah, this is the photo, and gave us a lot of joy. And we have a very essential communication during this photo shooting. I remember that we took around 4 or 6 photos. We chose that 2 we like the most because they had emotion and joy. I believe that the photo is a moment that remains in eternity, and the value of the moment will follow us forever. I like the project. Congratulations to the entire team for this project. And I hope that you continue with this creative mood. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Katarina. I would like to ask also Fokion to share his experience. I think this is his sister.
Yes, I took a picture of my sister and her 3 children. They were very interested in the EUF project. They kindly posed for the picture, and these pictures show the relationship between the parents and their children.
Thank you very much, Fokion.
And with this discussion, we conclude our meeting for today. Thank you very much to all participants, virtually and in person, who attended the meeting. And this brings to a close this is the final meeting of EUF, and brings to a close this event. We hope to see you soon in the future at another event of EPIONI. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.